As the sun rose over the Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, maintenance crews and security teams camping near the launch facilities began reporting sightings of UFOs. These strange aerial phenomena hovered ominously above the missile silos, casting an otherworldly glow. Little did they know that these sightings would soon unleash a series of inexplicable events that shook the foundations of national security. In central Montana, on a cold morning in March 1967, something extraordinary unfolded at Malmstrom Air Force Base. Captain Eric Carlson and First Lieutenant Walt Fiegel, part of the Echo Flight Missile Combat Crew, were stationed below ground in the E-Flight Launch Control Center. This facility was nestled between Winfred and Hilger, not far from Lewistown. As the sun began to rise, reports started trickling in from maintenance crews and security teams who had been camping near the launch facilities. They claimed to have witnessed unidentified flying objects, UFOs, hovering above one of the missile silos. One security officer was so affected by the encounter that he quit missile security duty altogether. Around 8:30 a.m., Fiegel, the deputy crew commander, was briefing Carlson, the crew commander, on the status of their flight when an alarm sounded, jolting them. One of the Minuteman missiles under their supervision had gone off alert, meaning it had become inoperable. Fiegel immediately called the missile site, assuming the maintenance crew had failed to inform them about maintenance work, causing the missile to go off alert. To his surprise, the on-site security guard reported that they had not yet performed any maintenance. More shocking still, the guard mentioned that a UFO had been hovering over the site. Within seconds, one after another, the remaining missiles went off alert, rendering the entire flight of 10 intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, inoperable. Each missile's guidance and control system had malfunctioned inexplicably, causing them to report a no-go status. It was a baffling turn of events, leaving the crew bewildered and alarmed. Meanwhile, in a different part of Malmstrom Air Force Base, the Oscar Flight LCC was experiencing a similar occurrence. Robert Salas, the Deputy Missile Combat Crew Commander, was below ground in the LCC capsule when reports came in from topside. Airmen stationed there had witnessed lights zigzagging across the sky, performing maneuvers that defied logical explanation. Initially dismissing it as a joke, Salas soon received a panicked call from the security non-commissioned officer. The NCO reported a UFO hovering outside the front gate, emitting a red glow. As the alarm klaxons blared, indicating missile malfunctions, Salas and his commander, Lieutenant Fred Maywald, witnessed the disconcerting sight of multiple missiles going off alert simultaneously. The situation escalated further when a security guard who had approached the UFO was injured and subsequently evacuated. Another security patrol reported sighting a UFO during their inspection, further adding to the mysterious events unfolding. The shutdown of the missiles persisted even after Salas and Maywald were relieved by the replacement crew. The maintenance teams were still working to bring the missiles back online. Intriguingly, reports of UFO sightings coincided with the disabling of the Minuteman missiles, both at Malmstrom's Echo Flight and Oscar Flight. These unexplained incidents sparked widespread curiosity and concern, prompting intense investigations and leaving those involved shaken by the unexplained connection between unidentified aerial phenomena and the critical defense systems. After the E-Flight incident, a comprehensive investigation was launched to uncover the cause behind the missile shutdowns. Rigorous tests were conducted both on-site and at the Boeing Company's Seattle plant, involving a team of engineers and researchers. Declassified documents from the Strategic Missile Wing shed light on the investigation's findings. Interviews with ex-Boeing engineers who were part of the testing process also provide valuable insights. According to Robert Kaminsky, the engineering team leader for the investigation, no plausible explanation for the missile shutdowns was ever discovered. Kaminsky stated that after thorough examinations and analysis, there were no significant failures, engineering data, or findings that would explain how 10 missiles were knocked off alert, and that there was no technical explanation that could explain the event. During the testing phase, the engineers managed to replicate the effects of the shutdowns by introducing a 10-volt pulse onto a data line. However, this only occurred when the pulse was directly injected at the logic coupler. The origin of such a pulse or noise within the shielded missile system equipment remained unexplained. Other potential causes were thoroughly investigated. Lightning and issues with the commercial power system were ruled out as the source of the problem. William Dutton, another Boeing engineer involved in the investigation, specifically examined commercial power interruptions and transients. He confirmed that no anomalies were detected in this area. Numerous military entities and engineering firms participated in the investigation, pooling their expertise and resources. Despite concentrated efforts, no definitive cause for the shutdowns could be determined. One hypothesis that emerged was the possibility of an electromagnetic pulse, EMP, entering the shielded system from an unknown external source. Generating an EMP of sufficient magnitude to breach the shielded system was technologically challenging at the time, requiring large and bulky equipment. The investigation into the E-flight incident revealed no conclusive explanation for the simultaneous missile shutdowns. The tests conducted by the Boeing company, in collaboration with other organizations, failed to identify any specific technical failures or external factors that could account for the events. The incident remains a perplexing and unresolved mystery, leaving questions surrounding the nature and origin of the disruptions unanswered. During the period preceding the missile shutdown incidents, there were several notable sightings reported by both military personnel and civilians in the area. In an article from the Great Falls Tribune newspaper, Louis de Leon recounted his encounter on February 8, 1967. While driving east of Chester, Montana, de Leon observed two peculiar objects in the sky that did not resemble airplanes. These objects emitted an orange and red glow, catching his attention. Similarly, Jake Walkman, a resident living 10 miles east of Chester, was awoken by a bright light at his home. Stepping into his backyard, he witnessed a flying saucer-shaped object. Another witness, George Kawanishi, a foreman for the Great Northern Railroad, reported seeing a bright ball of light directly above the Chester train depot the following evening. These sightings are just a glimpse of the numerous reports that preceded the missile shutdown incidents later in March. During the same period, according to retired Colonel Don Crawford, a two-person security alert team assigned to Echo Flight experienced an astonishing encounter. While conducting a routine check of the missile launch facilities near Lewistown, Montana, they abruptly halted their vehicle as a massive glowing object appeared directly above one of the launch facilities. The SAT members were mesmerized by the sight, and one of them urgently contacted then Captain Don Crawford, who was the Deputy Missile Combat Crew Commander on duty that evening. The SAT member conveyed the astonishing scene, prompting initial disbelief from Crawford. However, the sincerity and emotional state of the young airman convinced him to take the report seriously. Crawford contacted the command post to relay the information, hoping for guidance. However, the officer on duty at the command post refused to acknowledge the report, indicating a reluctance to entertain discussions of UFOs. Uncertain about how to respond, Crawford granted the security guard permission to use his weapon if the object appeared hostile. However, the guard expressed doubt about the effectiveness of such action. Moments later, the object silently departed, leaving the witnesses in awe. These sightings in the area, witnessed by both military personnel and civilians, occurred before and after the missile shutdown incidents. The incidents left a lingering sense of curiosity and intrigue, as reports of unidentified objects continued to surface, adding to the mystery surrounding the events. During the events of that fateful morning in 1967, security personnel stationed at the Oscar Flight Launch Control Center and one of the O-Flight launch facilities observed unidentified flying objects. Additionally, security and maintenance personnel at Echo Flight launch facilities reported their own sightings. These sightings occurred simultaneously with the shutdown of Minuteman strategic missiles at both sites. The United States Air Force has confirmed that all the missiles in Echo Flight shut down within mere seconds of each other, and no conclusive cause for this phenomenon was ever determined. For many years, the Air Force maintained the stance that no reported UFO incidents have ever posed a threat to national security. However, it is an established fact that a significant number of Air Force personnel reported sightings of UFOs precisely when a considerable portion of our strategic missile systems became inoperable. As the sun set on that fateful day at Malmstrom Air Force Base, a profound realization took hold. We are not alone in the universe, but Malmstrom was not alone in experiencing such events. Similar reports of UFO sightings and unexplained missile shutdowns have surfaced from other bases worldwide, deepening the mystery. In Wyoming's Warren Air Force Base in 1975, security guard Jeffrey Morse encountered a glowing object above a missile silo. Remarkably, the missile's guidance system malfunctioned, rendering it inoperable. Morse's account echoes countless others who have witnessed the inexplicable connection between UFO sightings and the disabling of our powerful weapons. At RAF Bentwaters in the UK in 1980, military personnel witnessed UFOs over several nights. Shockingly, multiple nuclear-armed missiles went offline during this time, leaving the base vulnerable. These incidents challenge our understanding of the universe and the balance of power on Earth. From Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota to F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming, reports have emerged of UFO encounters near nuclear facilities. Witnesses describe unidentified crafts defying physics, followed by the disabling of our nuclear arsenal. What is the purpose behind these visitations? Are they coincidences or deliberate acts? The truth remains elusive, concealed in classified files. As we explore the unknown, one thing is clear: the connection between UFO sightings and disabled nuclear weapons is real. It reminds us that we are part of a vast universe, subject to forces beyond our understanding. What are your thoughts? Comment below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mind-blowing discoveries.